As the story of one West Michigan man inspired by the attacks. He was called to action, a man who laid down his life for his country.
A year before he was officially a grown-up, Ross Smith signed on to a very adult commitment. His senior year in high school was wrapping. Ross decided that he would become a Marine. Then, everything changed.
I said, let's call him back and tell him we've changed our minds. I mean, you know, I was just kind of looking ahead a little bit thinking, you know, what if we go to war or something? And he said, Mom, they need me now more than they ever did. I'm going. I'm not changing my mind.
He ended up on a total of 3 different tours of duty. When he was called to Iraq for his 3rd tour, some in his unit pushed back, called their congressman to get them out of going. 3 tours is a lot. But Ross's mom and dad were under clear instruction from their son.
He said, don't you dare call anyone. We're a unit. We all go together.
He was well aware of the mounting risk.
He said, Pops, he goes, I'm pretty worried about this one.
During that last tour, he came home to spend a final Christmas with his family. Then it was back to the airport for Iraq.
He walked down the hallway, all the way down, before he went into the airplane, and he turned around, and I just stayed there until he disappeared. Turned around, just went like that. And I went like that back, and that was it. That's the last time we saw each other.
2 months later, a roadside bomb.
Finally, his number came up, you know. That was a raw day.
That was the most horrible thing that can happen to anyone.
You know, to tell my wife downstairs it's doing the laundry and having a nice day, and, you know, having to yell down to my wife, you know, your son's dead, wasn't an easy thing to do. That's the roughest day I've ever seen.
It's been 10 years since that day in September. For them, it was that day in February, 5 years later, that it hit home. They've set up a memorial scholarship to remember Ross. Last year, it helped 2 students go to college. And they remember Ross by remembering the thousands of men and women still out there fighting.
I'm proud of all these young people that went into the military and served their country. They weren't forced into the military. There was no numbers. They went in on their own accord. All these young people that went in, these are the best of the best.
Leon Hendricks, 24 Hour News 8.